Here we go. I'm going to try to go a little faster so I can get more in one video. I was hoping to do less parts. So here's what we've got so far. We've got his body all put together, his neck and his head. So we're going to put his belly and neck together, and then we're going to attach them to his body. Because I forgot I have to do a neck on this too. Okay, so we need white. Lots of white. And I think I ended up using, oops, I'm looking at the wrong one. Purple is that. So we're going to need white and purple. Hey, get out of the way. Dang it. I'm trying to do this. The box doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, white. Guess I don't really need all these over here. Okay. Sorry, I should have had this cleaned up before. Oh, and that's the box I just put away. Okay. Let's see. It's actually the same size as his body. Why is that cold? Ugh, what is going on? Whatever. Cold. Okay. So, we are going to start at the top this time. So it's easier to tie it off. Okay, so these are all double bands, 2 bands at a time. So we're going to go down and this way. Make sure your arrows are pointing towards you. These are too far away. I'm having to reach too much. Okay, and then we're gonna go down 9. I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9 down. 1, 2. No, we're gonna do 8. 8 down. 4. 7 and 8. Yeah. Same thing on this side. And 8. Now we're going to go from the second peg out. And down. How many? 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's one of the funny ones. Look at this. It was in my bag of bands. It's just a chunk of rubber. I like those things. It's like a fun little surprise. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. 6. And then we're going to do our diagonal one. Back in. And now we're going to do the last one, the straight row. There we go. And same thing on this other side. So So we're gonna go here, make sure those don't get tangled up. Down 6. Then we're going to do our angle, push that guy down, and do the last one of those. Now we can go all the way down this middle one, and we're going to go to this peg. And on the belly we don't have to worry about spikes, we don't have to worry about wings, we don't have to worry about legs, so this should go faster. Okay, now we're going to do our little angle bits. To the middle. And then we're going to cap this guy off, right? Yes. So we go around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Horizontal bands. More white. These first 2 I'm going to do upside down triangles. So I'm going to do an upside down triangle pointing towards me here. And one pointing towards me here. And then the rest are going to be pointing that way. So stagger them. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. 6, and so on. Two each. Make sure your loom doesn't come apart. One of the problems when you start working on a project that's really wide is the sides, as you go, want to start pulling up towards the middle. And then the last guy goes down here. Okay. Now, if you did the skull crusher. Sorry about that. I need a drink. Hold on. This cold is gonna kill me. Okay, now if you did the skull crusher, we're gonna use the stomach attachment loops, which is, this is the stomach, so we're attaching it. The same loops we did to do his back on the skull crusher, we're gonna do on this to hold his body together. And you do it on every other one. And then this is where his tail is. So do I need 2? Yes, we're going to put 2 on this one at the end. The rest are just going to have 1. And it's going to be every other peg, so they're going to be on this one, and then every other peg as it goes. So push down on the ones that they're going to go on. Okay. And then you put loops so they sit there. This is Courtney's thing. This is how Courtney on How to Loom Your Dragon does her belly attachments. And it works really neat because you basically you crochet your belly on. Sort of. Okay. Oh, poop. Those are supposed to be purple. Pull those off. Ugh, that's what happens when I can't think. We don't want those to be white. Suppose they could be. except for these bottom ones. The rest can be white. We're good. The only ones that have to be purple are these, because they're going to go around his tail. Or maybe not. Looks like I didn't do them that way. So they can be white too. I was thinking they went around his tail. So they can be white. We're going to do them all in white. It's going to look just a tiny bit different. Now, you're going to loom up. I'm going to go ahead and do these sides so we can lock these bands down. So you just loom like they're not there. So you want to grab the top ones, which are these. You want to go under your capping band. And hold it down so it doesn't come off. Loom that one. And then we want to get this guy over here. So under the capping band. And go that way. And I'm going to go ahead and do this middle one so I don't forget it. Okay. Now, and see, these loops will just stick off when we pull it off. So we're going to go ahead and do these up the side. So when we go to this one, we're going to go up. Grab the bottom two. Oh, it's caught on that corner. There we go. And then we're going to pull on these guys first, because they're on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy, so I don't forget it later. And then we can go up and over to this peg. Just always make sure you grab the bottom ones and not your horizontal bands. And then you just act like these loops aren't here. Whoops, skipped one. And then to that middle one. Okay. Same thing on this side. We're going to go up, and then we're going to pull that one and then that one. And then this guy, because it's on top, and then this guy. Basically, the only reason I do that one is so I don't forget it later. And then we're just going to go up and go over to this peg. Okay, and we're going to go up this side first, then over to the middle. Standard looming. Whoop, whoop. That horizontal band fell. There. And you just gotta go under all of those. And you can't grab that loop either, or it'll get woven in and you won't be able to use it. Okay. I'm gonna go up this row and to the end. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Can't control my hook. And then we gotta go all the way to the bottom. There we go. And then this guy over here. Oh shoot. I just remembered I gotta do laundry. Okay, now we can go up the middle all the way to the end. And the last one. Now, instead of tying this off with a regular tie-off band, this is where his neckline See how this guy has a little white neckline? This is where we're going to start that. So we're going to use a doubled white, or I'm going to shoot it doubled white to tie this off. So you stick your hook in, you get your doubled white, and then you've got to catch, catch all those bands. And it is tough because your hook doesn't want to do that. Okay, so there's that. And we're just going to leave that on our hook and pull off. Oop. There we go. I got that horizontal band there. Now you can pull out your little loops. Wait, that's not a loop. There's the loop. There's one there. This seems like that's not actually a loop. The loop is lost. Oh, there is no loop there. I'm trying to make a loop when there isn't one there. Okay, so pull that back in. So you've got loops on every other one. There's this little belly. Those are horizontals too. Okay, so now we're going to add our neckline, which is all doubled bands. So we can leave this on our hook. We have to make a line on here. We need it to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 long. So I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. So we're going to take doubled white bands and go all the way up. The reason we're doing this on the loom is because we have to put the loops on, or we would just do it on our hook, but we can't. All the way. Hopefully this is going fast enough where I can get this attached to him. Okay, now I'm going to put this so the curve is kind of curved up like this. I guess it doesn't really matter. But this one, we are going to make the loops. His neck is green, so we're going to make our loops green, or teal. There's a little pile of teal. And we're going to put 2 loops on each one, and it's every other one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to change that. We're going to move them up 1. Because I think I miscounted, but that's okay. There we go. And then this one we're not putting the loops on, we're going to tie them off with those. So now we're going to loom this. He's going to have a spot where he doesn't have a thing. And you just loom just like you did the other ones. Keep in mind these are doubled bands, so if one of your bands breaks, you have to go in and replace it. Because there's no band to fall back on. Okay. And then we're going to tie off one on one side and one on the other side. So we've got 2 loops because those are going to go around his neck. Now we can pull that off. You gotta be careful because you don't want your bands to break. So go a little bit slower than you normally would. I feel like I should have had a loop there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull one band to each side. So 1, 2, and then those guys are on each side. So there is his belly and his neckline. Okay, throw our white back in the box. Now is the fun part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at his belly, go one side and then the other. And did I stuff this one? Yes. If you've got a Kleenex, grab it. And not for me. It's not for me. It's for his little belly. Although I do need one, but shoot, I don't have anything handy. I'll pick it up and get a Kleenex. Or a cotton ball. Whatever. So we've got 2 loops here. And one we're going to pull one way, and one we're going to pull the other. So you can go, I'm going to grab 2 of this purple and 2 of this purple and grab one of these and pull it. I'm going to hold that one because it might go back in. And then you're going to try to grab like inside bands and pull these guys out. And if I'm not explaining this good enough, you can go on to Courtney's channel and watch how she does it. Whoop. I'm just grabbing under 2, and you don't want the outside ones, you want the inside ones. Grab the loop and pull it. Doesn't have to be perfect. So now we're going to take our fingers and go through there and pull that one. Then we're going to take our fingers through that and pull the next one. And we're basically leaving, but you want to make sure you get under his little legs. Now I'm going to stop on this one and put it on his little leg, on his little toes, just to hold it. And I am going to grab a Kleenex to stuff in his little belly. So I'll be right back. I grabbed my Kleenex. This is a new Kleenex. I didn't use it. You just tear it up into like small pieces because you don't want his belly to be too full. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up a couple of them and shove that in. So try to grab the same ones you did on the other side. like I did for the other side. I'm gonna have to hold that one. It doesn't matter if you get exactly the same ones, but you don't want them to be too far off. Whoop, I dropped it. It's harder for me this way. Well, I didn't grab the green ones that last time. There. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go up a little bit. 1 and 2. I'm gonna hold that with my thumb and I'm gonna shove my Kleenex in there. See, it doesn't take much to stuff his little belly. That's good. See, it was only about half a Kleenex. Make sure you didn't tuck in any of those little white bands. And continue to pull loops through. Uh-oh. I missed a leg band. So we're gonna have to tie that off. See this little loose band here? I missed one. So I'm going to go into the middle of him to pull that down. This is how I tie it off. Grab it. Grab it. Oh. Just trying to tie a little knot. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's going inside. There's that. Now we can go back to what we were doing. That one might show up a little bit, but it's no big deal. Skull Crushers, when I missed them, they were nice and covered by his shells. And one more close to his neck. Okay, now we can go ahead and finish looping up. Whoop, did the wrong one. Huh. See, when you try to be a smart aleck, you mess it up. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and have his little foot hold that one so we can see. And then you can see how you can splish his little belly around. He's coming together. This will also help support his head a little bit. Now, for the neck, I'm going to do one side, just like I did the other ones. I'm going to do the one side, and then I'm going to switch to the other side. Okay. So these I'm going to try to go through all 3 of the bands and pull them. Whoop. And then you can kind of tell every other one. Whoop, nope, that's not gonna work. Get back out here. There we go. So it's almost every one gets one. And that one. And then we're gonna go up to this one and pull this last guy through. This is one of the tie-off bands. Okay, now we can go ahead and grab this white one off of this foot, and you do the same thing. put your fingers through, pull those guys, then put your fingers through those, pull the next one, fingers through those, and the next one, fingers. And then this one is the last one, so we're going to pull it through, and then we're going to wrap this around his head a couple times. We'll do 3. Make sure we pull that guy out. So there's half of his neck done. Now we've got to do the same thing on this side. And it seemed like we did this one, this one, maybe doesn't want to come through, this one, this one, this one, and then the last one is on the last green neck thing. Okay. Now we're going to grab the white guy off of this guy's toes and do that again. Fingers through, fingers through, and make sure you get all these little loops. Whoop, dropped it. And then the last one. And then again, we're going to just wrap it around his head a few times. And then you can just roll them down so they're on that green part, since we use green tie-off bands. And then once you fiddle with this a little bit, you won't see these big loopies. Fix them a little bit. There we go. There, his head is a little more stable. He has a gap here, but and then he's got this white thing. Oh well. So there's his belly and his neck. I'm gonna look and see how long that took and see if I've got time to do his tail.